So, Retro Collectibles is going to try to have a live hangout with his viewers tonight, is he? To teach them how to build their collections on a budget? Well, my dear Centennial Night Scalper, my special device will send a sonic boom to throw off his Wi-Fi, therefore ruining his live. Wanna see?
Make them wait. He didn't say that, guys. I'm just kidding. Wow, we got a lot of people here. Sean Michael. Hello, Sean. Hello, HemiNate. Hello, Ted. Hello, Rowdy Bobby. Hello, G. Hello, Melissa. Hey, everybody. My friend Stretch will likely be in the comments today. He's a new collector. You guys have heard about him. I grew up with him. He just messaged me, actually. You're late. Let's go. We're waiting. No, I'm not late. He's doing something wrong. He just messaged and said I'm late. I can't get out of here and tell him either. You guys have heard about... He just messaged me, actually. You're late. Let's go. We're waiting. No, I'm not late. He's doing something wrong. He just messaged and said I'm late. I can't get out of here and tell him either. I'm going to get back in here. I'm coming back in. It's screwing up again. Happy Sunday, guys. Sitting here in my comfy pants doing some chores. We're taking a break from the Fast and Furious series. We had the ODA show yesterday, and last night I did a live for you guys. This video, so last night's live was the longest live I've done to date, and it was the funnest and best one I've done to date. There was lots of people getting active in it. And it's funny because we started out with a real hiccup, as you guys seen. I had to actually get off that live, and it sucked because I shared the link and said, here's where we'll be at 9 p.m. We get in and start doing it on that link at 9 p.m. It crashes in under a minute. So I had to get off, reboot my phone. Usually it's because my Bluetooth is on, but my Bluetooth wasn't on. So I don't know why, but I rebooted the phone, got back in, started a live. Luckily, most people found it. Some of them didn't, I don't think. And it was so much fun. So I decided what I'm going to do is what a lot of big YouTubers do. And they actually take their live down the next day and edit it, do the editing magic, and put it back up as a video. And I think last night's live, with the topics we had and stuff like that, is well worth a watch and well worth a video. So that's what I've done for you guys. I've taken it down, I've edited in the magic, showed you guys what happened at the beginning. I apologize anybody that was on that stream and got lost, because it's what happened. But yeah, a lot of great information, great interacting in this live. So let's go check it out, guys. Well, what happened there, guys? It's weird because it did that before when I had my Bluetooth on. So I know to turn my Bluetooth off. So I turned my Bluetooth off so that would not happen. I'm sitting there talking to all you guys. There's 5 or 6 of you already waiting. And then it's weird. Okay, there's Glenn. I heard my voice there, but that's okay. That's Glenn's phone. I'm not repeating myself, at least. Okay, somebody found me. Wild the Hedgehog found me. Wild, I don't know if you were on the last stream. Something happened. I was live. I had 5 or 6 people talking to me. It was a stream that I had set up the link for that I handed out to everybody. Everybody's engaging. It's going great. All of a sudden, I got a message on my screen from my buddy Stretch that says, let's go, everybody's waiting. I'm like, you're not in the right place, buddy, because we're already all in here, like we were all chatting and everything. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and my conversation starts playing over again. It was acting like, it was acting as if my Bluetooth was on. Anyway, everything's going awesome in Canada. I went to the diecast show today. Hello, G. That was so weird what happened. I was just explaining. My Bluetooth was already off because we know that makes that stupid thing happen. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I sent Stretch the same link that I set up for you guys. And the weird thing, oh, there he is there. Okay. Doug, this is weird, Stretch. What Stretch is in the comments now. So what happened was I was in the link that I sent you. There was already 5 or 6 people waiting. It was perfect. I clicked it right on 9. We were in there. We were all engaging. Everybody was having fun. All of a sudden, I see a message across my screen from you saying that I was late. And I said, oh, that's weird. He must not be in the right place because I'm here talking to all you guys. And then all of a sudden, everything I had said in the past minute started playing over again. And it did it before when my Bluetooth was on. It was some glitch. But my Bluetooth was off. So I had to go out and I rebooted my phone. I hope everybody shows up because there is several people over in the other one. So HemiNate is here. G is here. Wild the Hedgehog, Doug Carmichael. That is everybody so far. There is a few others on the other one. They will find it. They probably know what happened and they know that I'm not just gonna go, oh, screw it, I'm not coming back. They know that I would come back if that happened. So ODA show today was fun, actually. Sorry I didn't get more footage. I don't know what the topic of this is gonna be. Or not at 10, sorry, yeah, right at 10 o'clock I was in here. I don't know what the topic's going to be for today, but I will name it after we talk, because sometimes we get on one topic and just talk about everything, or sometimes we talk about, I don't know if you guys seen my reel, something funny happened tonight. My other friend, Doug, and it's funny because the Doug that's in the comments would get along good with this other friend, Doug. But he sent me a video and he says, check this out. And he holds up the brand new 2-packs that everybody wants. And he pans his phone up. And you see Centennial Night Scalper standing in front of the pegs. Just, are they here? Are they here? Like, are they down here? She's looking everywhere for the 2-packs and he already got them. Oh, it made my night. That's so funny. And that same guy he made Grimace cry over 2-packs. Actually, that Grimace was so upset. It was when we were still friends. He called me up crying because somebody beat him to they were brand new at the time, the 2-packs. It was when they first come out. And people were grabbing the whole box off the skid. And the hot one was the Borla trucks. And yeah, Doug got them before Grimace. And Grimace was some upset. I have a Canadian flag for my collection. Very interesting history. Oh, yeah, buddy. Canada's got a pretty interesting history for sure over here. But I love living here. It's been good to me so far, I think. In other places, I'd probably be dead by now. So Canada's been pretty good to me here. Did a lot of people in the comments. I know G did not make it to the diecast show today. A lot of people are not from Canada or from around here. If anybody's wondering, the ODA show, it's the Ontario Diecast Addict show, and it covers all diecast, but it's mainly smaller diecast. And yeah, it's just a show, and it's the biggest and best show around this area, in my opinion, in the GTA. And it's got the best vendors and everything. And yeah, that's what the video was today. And that's why our Fast and Furious got interrupted. Is Toronto safe to visit? Yes, it is. Now it's like it was worse. Well, certain parts of it are bad, but I would say it's safe to visit. I wouldn't be worried about visiting Toronto. Honestly, my hometown, I would be more concerned about my safety visiting if I was a tourist, I would be more concerned about visiting my hometown of Sault Ste. Marie, which is a lot smaller than visiting Toronto. Toronto is going through the whole urban renewal thing. Like they're putting up there's still crime and stuff like that. And there's still the drug problem. Like the drug problem's everywhere, unfortunately. Unless you're out in the country, but then out in the country, you might get people out there on meth, because meth, don't forget, originated rurally, right, in the country. Like it didn't come from the city. It came from, well, it's maybe it didn't originate in the small towns, but I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. Small towns are known for that. In fact, there's an area not far from here, just outside London, Ontario, that has tons of it, and it's all little small towns. I want to visit CN Tower. Yeah, oh yeah, you'd be awesome to visit the CN Tower, buddy. And if you come here, let me know, because I don't know if you know it, but Toronto is only about 45-minute drive from here. So that'd be cool. That's not far from Hamilton at all, Stony Creek. Glenn Cowie, hello Glenn. Glenn is sitting actually right across from me. Trying to think of other stuff to tell. Oh, we have other Fast and Furious cars coming up. We got 3 more coming up from Doug, actually. We got the orange GMP Roadrunner. We have the other Supra. It's not the orange Supra that I have. It's not the one that we just did. It's like the coppery brownie color. And he also just got in, and it's going to be pretty interesting, Tiego's Trans Am. That was done by Greenlight Artisan. He's not happy because the hood doesn't open, but he had to get it because Artisan's the only one that makes it, and he wants every Fast and Furious car, so he had to go with that. Maybe one day somebody else will make it, and then what he would do at that time is he would sell the Artisan and put that money towards the better one. Ted, how you doing, buddy? Is there any flea markets or diecast stores there? Yeah, there's big flea markets. Diecast stores we don't really have so much of in this area. A lot of people I know drive over to the USA to New York State because we're not far from there. There's a couple that there's Dundas Valley Hobbies. They actually Stretch. If that's open tomorrow, maybe I'll bring you there tomorrow. Dundas Valley Hobby, because they have some 118 stuff. I never even, and that was G that showed me that. So Stretch, if you're not busy tomorrow, I'm gonna bring you to show you that tomorrow. If they're open. If they're not open, I'm gonna bring you there next weekend. But there's some hobby stores that have some, but there's no specific like House of Cars or anything like that around here that I know of. There is a guy with a huge selection at the Mississauga Flea Market of diecast. He has to charge a little bit extra though, because he pays a lot of rent because he has a huge big booth there. So unfortunately, his prices have to reflect that, but the rent that he pays is probably insane for his booth. But I will say he's got like everything. Oh, Dundas Valley's open on Sunday. Thank you, G. Stretch. Wait, what else do I have to do tomorrow? So the only thing I have to do is I have to see if I have to meet this other guy for his truck, for a diecast truck, because he wasn't at the show today. Neil, yeah, let's go. You should have already. I forgot about it. And it's not like a huge wall to wall. Like last time I was there, they had the Blues Brothers car, Auto World Silver Screen machines. They had a few. But yeah, I just remembered it. So it's worth going to have a look at. You know what I mean? You might not see anything there, but they did have some movie cars and they might have different ones now. And thank you, G, for letting me know that that's open tomorrow. And yeah, because we just made a plan. I just have to figure out. Let's see, opens at 12. So it opens at noon tomorrow. So that gives us time to do whatever. Okay, so there's a fairly big flea market here. HemiNate. Where are you at again, Nate? Where are you located again? Pickering used to have a huge one years ago when I was a kid. And yes, Slapjack Supra. But Pickering used to have a huge flea market when I was a kid. But where are you at again, Nate?
He's in Niagara.
Oh, you're in Niagara, St. Catharines. Oh, yeah, I know where that one is. I know where that one is. St. Catherine's Factory Outlet Flea Market. You're out this way. There is one main guy there, and but he's, oh wow, I'll have to check that out sometime. I didn't realize. Are the prices okay, Nate, for the stuff? Like that, like does he have stuff that you think that we would might possibly grab, like movie cars and stuff, or is it all like older kind of stuff? Because, yeah, that's something we would have to check out sometime. 12 to 4 Sunday. Thank you, G. That is killer. I'm going to bring him there because he, like I said, he's just getting in, and there might be a movie car there you might want, like Blues Brothers car. You know what I mean? If he wanted that, that would be something to get before it's out of the retail. And the Blues Brother comes with the 2 figures. That's the good thing about it. Not only is it the silver screen machines, but it comes with both the figures. Yeah, movie cars. Yeah, a lot of muscle cars, Ertl, some Highway 61. Well, you've got what already? Trying to think of, oh, the Blues Brothers. You have it already. Okay, you're talking about. Or were you talking about Slapjack's car? Because if you were, I was saying that's the one that we just unboxed. I didn't know the name of it, but Nate, who you met today at the show, told me what the name of it was. Because I'm not, past the first and second movie, I'm bad with the Fast and Furious names, guys. I'm horrible with it. I was really into the first movie the most. Second one wasn't bad. Tokyo Drift really started losing me. I mean, like I don't even think I watched the last several. I don't even know how many there are, to be honest. And it's getting out of hand with diecast stuff. Not with big stuff, Doug, like what you're probably thinking, what's he talking about? I want them to make more. I'm talking about Hot Wheels size stuff. Oh, you have the Blues Brothers. That's awesome. I would love a 118 Truckster G. That's on my dream bucket list too. I still want the answer to why those are so much money. Are they a limited number? Why? Everybody I've asked, nobody knows. And Tune Sandwich YouTube Diddy Party. Awesome. Expired peanut butter. Awesome. Last time I had a guy that was somewhere, I can't remember where it was at, but he was calling me Grandpa. But I just ran with it, and he was cool. I said, yeah, hang out with us, man. And he hung out with us, chatted with us. So, yeah, as long as you're cool, it's all cool. What's it? Trucks. Oh, the family truckster from National Lampoons. Artisan made that station wagon that Chevy Chase drove, and they did a hell of a job on it. But they're $400 if you can find one. Like, they're not, and I don't know the answer to why. I don't know if they made a bunch of them and nobody wants to sell them just because they're so awesome, or if they're a limited number. But yeah, Doug, the Greenlight Artisan, the same company that just sold you Tiego's Trans Am, made the family truckster. Yes, Ted. Yep, that's what I was just telling him. Greenlight Artisan. It's their Artisan line. Terry Matt, hello, Tokyo Drift at the... Yes, that's my... It's funny you say that, Terry. That's my favorite car of the entire movie. And you know what's funny? That's the only car I have in diecast from Tokyo Drift, is that Monte Carlo. It's funny you say that. That is my favorite car. Yes, Ted. Do you know if it is because they didn't make many of it? Don't you own that, Ted? I thought I saw you post a picture and I was jealous of that on Facebook. I thought I saw that you had one. If you do have one, does it say anything on the box about a production number? Like, does it say there's only 2,000 of them? Yeah, see, I recognized your name. Getting a lot better with names, actually. But their sizes are messed up. That's only the Tokyo Drift ones. But you can get the 1 of 18 ones. You just have to know how to find them. And yeah. But the Artisan one, the size isn't messed up, Doug. It's the regular 1 of 18 size. We're just talking about a couple different things at once because I'm answering comments. And some people are I asking different stuff, and some of the comments I'm missing, so I'm going back so I get everybody. I feel bad because there was a couple people that were in the other chat that did not make it over here, and I feel bad because I hope that they realize, don't mind me guys, I'm having CBD. I hope that they realize that what happened. And that was weird because it happened when I remember a couple lives ago it happened and we couldn't figure it out. I kept going in and it kept doing it, but it turned out it was because of the Bluetooth. I guess it happens to everybody. But my Bluetooth was already off. Like I even said to Glenn, I got to make sure my Bluetooth is off, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, it was weird. I'm chatting to several people. I see Doug's comment on the screen telling me I'm late. And I said, he can't be in the right spot. And the problem was I couldn't get out to tell him where to go because if I get out of this screen, the live is done. You know what I mean? But then it crashed anyway, so I just ended up messaging him saying that crashed. I can't because I didn't have a link to send him until I start the new live. So I said, go to my channel, and luckily he found me. There's 2 versions done by Tokyo Drift. You know what? Yeah, I know, Nate. If you go to my Facebook, I just shared very good information about that, and the information came from Doug. There's a way to tell which ones you're getting. The one of 18 scale Mustang has 5-spoke rims, whereas the one of 21 scale Mustang has 7 spokes on the rims. The boxes are 2 different sizes too, like if you get them in the box, but I shared a thing telling you how you can tell. Doug seen it on Facebook and shared it with me, and I was like, oh, that is amazing information. The box size too, Nate. Yes, I shared it on my Facebook. If you go have a look, I believe I shared it yesterday, but it's very good information, and I put the box sizes on there as well for you guys. But yeah, when I seen that, I said, I gotta share that with those guys. Wow. Yeah, the boxes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that with Doug, that was really good info because there's a lot of people, including myself. Like my Monte Carlo, I'm gonna have to compare that to one in the box because I got my Monte Carlo loose. And I don't know what it is. And there's no trick to tell with the rims like there is with the Mustang. Like if it had rims like the Mustang, oh, if it has 5 spokes, it's the 118. But yeah, I was amazed when he told me that, Nate. I was like, holy shit, because it broke everything right down. That was really good info, Doug, that you dropped. I shared it immediately, actually. Can you show us yours? I will, but my spokes, it won't matter, I don't think, because I have the Monte Carlo. But yeah, I'll show you guys that in 1 second. I don't think it's bad. It's not super detailed, but it's not terrible either. And the funny thing is, the guy that sold it to me thought that it was missing 1 windshield wiper, but I think it's made with just the 1 wiper, or it's something different that it was made like that. But I'm gonna show you guys that. The 118 has 5 spokes, but it's not movie accurate. Yeah, that's what I said about the Mustang. The 118 has 5 spokes, and the one of 21 has 7 spokes. The Monte Carlo, I don't know if that's the same, if that rule's the same. Because the person that originally said it was for the Mustang. Oh, it's for the Monty too. Okay, well, let's go count my spokes. I have a feeling, guys, if I'm a betting guy, I'm going to go down and get it right now. I'm going to bring it up to where we got more light. But if I'm a betting guy, I'm going to go with 121. Actually, what am I talking about? We're not cavemen. We got lights down here. But I'm going to guess that it's going to be the smaller one. Okay, just because it's a Monte Carlo. And that body style, it's not the huge honking body style, but I think it should be just a bit bigger. Okay, here it is here. There it is below, 1 of 21 scale Ecto. Because you guys know the Ertl Ecto 1. That's not a full 1 of 18 scale, but I was okay with it because it fits in my cabinet. The Hot Wheels Elite is the 1 of 21 scale. Not wearing gloves with this. So this has holes. It doesn't really have spokes. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 8 or 9 or something. Yeah, I don't think this is the 1 of 18. You know what? I'm going to bring it upstairs and I will put it beside. 1 sec. Actually, you know what? I've got a car down here. I'm going to try to find a pretty common car to put it beside that we should know the size of it. Okay. I got one. Oh, shit. I thought there was a lid on my thing, and I went to put my car, and it went boom. Okay. Good thing it wasn't one of my really good cars. Okay. 1 sec. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that, and I'm going to get another car. The car that I'm going to get is a Trans Am that we all know. We should have an idea what the, what size the Trans Am is in general. I'm going to get the blue Maisto, and we'll put that beside it. I could be wrong. Maybe, you know what? You know what, guys? It's pretty close. That might be 118. What do you guys think? G, what do you think? OGG. Can you guys even see it? I'm trying to get it right above the cars. So you can see the Trans Am's a little bit longer. Did you guys see it? I don't think so. It's small. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller, Doug, but that body style of Monte Carlo is not the big honkin' pimpin' one like my dad had. It's a little bit tinier, like sportier. But it's very close to that 118 Trans Am that's known to have a pretty big body style. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys under the hood. Anyway, Doug's probably wanting to see what it's like. I don't know if he has one of these yet. Can you guys see it? There we go. And you know what? The trunk actually opens up on it, which is impressive for an Ertl, guys. Usually Ertl trunks don't open, but this is a Joyride and it's probably a newer casting. It's got the fuel cell in the back. But you know what, Doug? Maybe when I see you tomorrow, I'll just bring the car and we can compare it to some cars or something. Because I paid like almost nothing for that. I got it loose. Oh, want all the Fast and Furious cars? Yes, the Trans Am. I'd say between 1 and 2. Yeah, the Trans Am's just a tiny bit longer, but they're pretty close. Like they're pretty close. Like I think that if the oh, do you think it is 121? You think it is 121? G, I just saw your comment. Okay, if it is 121, it doesn't display that bad actually. It was sold to me as a 1 of 18, but I'm not gonna hang the person that sold it to me because people make those mistakes all the time, and I'm sure that there's 1 or 2 boxed ones that got sold as 1 of 18 scales on Marketplace. He honestly didn't know. It's a guy that collects mostly smaller scale. So, HemiNate, I got some digging to do to get to my 118. So I'll keep listening to the stream while I take it up. Or are you gonna get yours out? Do you have the 118 Monte Carlo? That'd be awesome if you could, Nate, because we could see if there's any like differences with it. But overall, that Monte Carlo, the detailing is not bad. I like it. I like the way it sits and everything. But the front wheels don't turn. For some reason, it's got an opening trunk, but it doesn't have front wheels that turn. Oh, that's cool. You got the Mustang and that's awesome. Yeah, so I might have to get either a confirmed Monty and compare it with mine, or get one that's in the box and compare it. But yeah, if you get those loose, like the Mustang's easy to tell, because the Mustang, it's simple. If it's got 5 spokes, it's a 1 of 18, and if it's got 7, it's a 1 of 21. But the Monty, you've got to tell by the box, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, there you go, Doug. We're looking into that anyway. But at least we know that when you get those cars, if you don't have them, and I don't think you have them yet anyway, we know how to tell if they're in the box, because I can't get over what good information that was. I shared it right away. I don't know if you guys seen my short about the RLC coming out Tuesday. I almost bought it. It was gorgeous, but the no mirrors just gets to me. After collecting this bigger stuff with all the detailing and stuff, now I'm nitpicky about stuff like that. But I can understand G getting it because he has the entire line. Like, you're not going to bail on completing it because you don't like something. And I could see Nate getting it, and I think it's still going to be a decent one. There's still going to be tons of people after it. I think most people aren't going to care that it doesn't have mirrors. Actually, it's just guys like me that are, you know what I mean? I think it's still going to be in demand, that car. No, you don't, but you want to get them. Okay, well, you will get them. And the good thing is, a lot of times, those ones are not too expensive. You just have to shop around for those ones. I'm same too on diecast cars as well. Only one for the latest RLC. Oh, yeah, one per household. That's another thing that sold me, G, actually. Is I said, as long as it's not like a minimum or a no minimum or anything like that. And then somebody said it's one per household. I think it was Nate that told me it was one per household. And I said, I'm in. And then somebody sent me pictures and said, look at this. And I said, no way. I'll take a pic of the two. That would be awesome. I don't know. Can you share pics in the comments? I wish I could do cool stuff here. Wow, 12 people. Hello. Anybody else that's not commenting or anything? We're a friendly bunch. We don't bite. The focus of the channel is helping you guys build your collection on a budget. Nobody's ever nasty in the comments. If they do, we get rid of them. Nobody's gonna pick on anybody else. So if anybody wants to say hello, you could speak up, say hello. We're a friendly bunch. We've had people join in our conversations. Oh, there we go. Hello. Steel City Fishing. Hello. Steel City, is that like as in Steel City, Sault Ste. Marie, or is that Steel City, Hamilton, or maybe it's Steel City, Pittsburgh? Thank you. Got to give credit to Neo Retro. That's awesome. Christine Bolton just gave me credit for something on Facebook. I just saw a thing. It said, I've got to give credit to Neo Retro, but then I didn't see the rest of it. You know me, Steel City. Oh, I probably do know you. I just don't know who it is because of the handle. You know what I mean? But yeah, I obviously I do know you. No pics can be shared, unfortunately. I'd love that option. You know what I can do is, if you send me the pics, I could take this down and edit it and put it back up. In fact, a lot of guys do. One of the channels that I watch, it's called The Sit Down with Jeff Nadeau. It's actually very good. It's about current Mafia topics, and he talks about the Mafia guys that are on YouTube now and that whole thing. And it's very interesting, but he takes his down after and edits them all up, puts pictures and everything, and it looks like a normal video. Like, it doesn't look like it's alive. I wish I could start figuring out how to do that. But yeah, everybody, like I was saying before, everybody's welcome here, even if you're part of the HD LGBT community. LGHD TV community, I should have said. Yeah, we don't discriminate. We just all collect. And that, you know, guys, what box was the biggest pain in the ass that I've ever had to deal with, actually, is a box from Stretch. That Cadillac Escalade box. Oh my God. It's got a plastic molding on the side of it. And you're sliding the car in, it's sliding in like butter. Boom, it hits that molding. Okay, the molding's meant to keep the inner door shut. Problem is, it doesn't want to let the tray into the box. So I ended up calling him earlier because I had the live at 10, and I said, because you don't want to rush that, right? Like, I'm not going to start stomping, oh, I got to go and just start stomping it into the box, you know what I mean, and damage it. So I said, it's not something I want to rush. Can I bring it back tomorrow? And thankfully, he was cool about it because, yeah, that's not something I want to rush. It was giving me a real headache trying to get it back in. And yeah, that would be an awesome option to share the pictures. That would be killer. Everybody do me a favor too, smash like button, because I guess when I'm on live, it sends the video out to other collectors, and then they might click on it, and then they might go, oh, cool, Retro Collectibles, he's a cool guy. You know what was cool? There was a vendor there that I didn't realize today. It's an old school guy. G would probably know him if I said his name. I'm not going to say his name in the stream, but it's an old school guy. He has a lot of 1980s Hot Wheels. Like, he's got a lot of 1980s Hot Wheels. G probably knows right away who I'm talking about. But he actually, it made me feel good. I was looking at his table today, and he goes, I watch your videos all the time. He goes, keep up the good content. It's excellent. I was like, oh, wow. I had no idea he watched me. And I thought that was awesome. And I said to him, you don't mind if I film your son? No, go do your thing. He goes, please. And I said, that's killer. Thank you. 1/18 scale truck from Highway 61 is very to open due to all metal. Oh, I can imagine that. I can imagine. You know, something that's weird that I would like to check out, actually, guys? I've been seeing lately older, if I can get a hold of them cheap, because sometimes you see them go on sale cheap. The American Muscle, like diorama, like tool sets and all that stuff. I think those are cool. But recently I seen, it wasn't the tool sets. Oh, it was made by Auto World. You know those big white utility trailers? They make those, like the big tool trailers. It might sound boring to people, but I would love to see just like, do the doors open? How does it look inside of it? Like, just the details of it, right? Lois Zephyr Boston. I have a 1960s 07 mountain race set. Can't find it anywhere to get a price or rarity. Help. 1960s 07 mountain race set. You know what? My email, if you grab yourself a pen, because I could try to help you with this, because I'm live right now, so if I end this to try to look stuff up, it's going to crash the live. My email is Neil Donovan 1978, so that's all one word, NeilDonovan 1978 at hotmail.com. If you want to, oh, it's James Bond, cool. If you want to email me, I could try to help you with that, to figure out value, because I'm really good with stuff like that, with value and stuff, and the market for stuff. Neil, I grabbed the Bigfoot. That was a good deal, Bobby. That was, he grabbed a 118 Bigfoot in the box, green light, and if you guys know, they did a real good job on that. he asked me if it was a good deal, but I don't know American money. So he converted it over. He got back to me. He said it was $140. I said, in my opinion, that's a good deal. I think that's even cheaper than like retail cost. Good evening, my friend. And hello, Yogi. How you doing, my friend? Aaron Miller, I enjoy your videos. Thank you, Aaron. That's awesome. I don't recognize your name, and you know what? I love when new people comment. That's why a couple live videos ago, I noticed that there was a bunch of people, but I noticed there was only my buddies talking to me. And so I said that. I said, I noticed there's other people get in here with me. We're all friendly. We talk about the hobby. And people did. So that's what I started doing. And it's great that you guys do that because it lets me know you guys are there and that you guys enjoy this stuff. Thank you so much, Aaron, for telling me that because I'm going to keep it up now. When I read stuff like that, that's a motivator for me. I have 130 plus from the third. Oh, wow. Models. Probably 80 of them that are over 25 to 30 years old. Oh, wow. You know who would love to see your stuff? No, well, not only me. I would love to see your stuff. But G, that's in the comments, G's Diecast is a model builder extraordinaire. I don't know if you're new to my channel or not, but he made me a Boss Hog custom diecast car out of a green Cadillac convertible. It was a disgusting green color. And he took that and made it exactly like Boss Hogg's car, and the bullhorns on it were crazy. Hey, Lewis, is it this? I grabbed it for 112 Canadian 80. Oh, holy crap, that's even better. For some reason, I thought you said 140 Canadian, but that's even better. I'd have grabbed it for that. That's a killer deal. Where did you get it, Bobby? Just local marketplace? I don't think there's any way you got it from eBay for that price. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have more CBD, but I've got to go out for a reason because my jogging pants are falling down. I'm wearing my comfortable jogging pants. I've got a drawstring in because I'm holding my phone. I'm walking around, my pants are falling down, so I've got to tie them up. Marketplace. That's my favorite hunting grounds. I tell everybody to stay off of eBay for this stuff. The only thing I would go on eBay for is something that you cannot find anywhere, and that's after a while of checking. Because I have seen things show up on Marketplace that you would not think would show up on Marketplace. So eBay, always a last resort. They're just so expensive. Like it's a $20 item is $45 plus shipping on there. But the good thing about eBay is I learn stuff that's out there that I didn't know what was out there before. Like I'll go on there and type in 1 of 18 scale chrome chase. Boom. Wow, I didn't know about that one, this one. Like a lot of stuff I post on my Facebook just to show you guys it exists comes from eBay. Like stuff I find on eBay. Like, wow, I didn't know about that. And I'll share it with you guys. So eBay is good for that, for learning stuff that's out there that you didn't know what was out there. As he moons his neighbors. Yeah, no doubt, eh? No doubt. Neighbors across the street seem pretty cool, but I don't think they would like that too much. But it's all good now. No more equipment failure. And you know, it's funny. I'm in front of the cameras on the house too. It's funny. Let's see here. Sorry, I don't mean to be so close to the screen, guys, but my eyes are so bad. Is that the one you have, Neil? The one? Yes, that's the same exact one I have, Bobby. That is the original Bigfoot. And the good thing about your Bigfoot is when they first started doing them, they had smaller tires on it. And people said, what's this? So they made bigger tires to put on it, which was cool. You could buy the bigger tires separately to put on it. But then they made it proper and made it with the big tires. And that's the one that you got. So you got the good one. I just got the 1/18 scale Jeep Renegade Latitude from eBay for, how much does that say? $49.99? You know what, guys? What I will say about eBay that I cannot speak on, I've heard of people, friends of mine that I know personally, winning stuff in auctions for cheap. I can't speak on that. When I talk about the pricing, I'm talking about buy it now prices. One thing I did get a smoking deal off eBay. It was an unreal deal, actually. It was a guy and he had a few of them. The A-Team, or not the A-Team, Mr. T. He came out with a comic book in the early 90s. It was called Mr. T and the T-Force. And this was issue 1. And what it was is it came in a fancy folder. It looked like leather, but it wasn't. And it looked like gold embossing. Like, it looked really good. And it came with the first gold edition signed by Mr. T. And it came with the one that would be sold to the public, like just a regular public one, all in a folder with a COA. $38 shipped. And apparently what those were made for, there was only 10,000 of them. And if you owned a small store, if you owned a newspaper stand, and if you agreed to sell that comic book, you got that as a gift. And somehow this guy had a few of them. I paid $38 shipped. Let me tell you, a year later, they were all on eBay. They weren't $38 shipped, I'll tell you. Wow. Somebody bought them and they were up there. Like, they were like $175 plus shipping and stuff. Sorry, guys. I'll catch up with the comments. Frankenstein, yo, what's up, brother? Finally can hit a live stream. That is awesome, buddy. Good to see that you finally hit a live stream. Yeah, it's hit and miss. I tried to do it. One time I did it on a Sunday, and it was a fail because everybody's with their families and stuff like that. I found Saturday night, a lot of us are Nighthawks. Ted Eubanks. Yeah, okay, so that's the one off eBay. That is a good price. Would love a 118 Maximum Overdrive Joker truck. I would too. There's a guy right now on Marketplace that is printing. I shared it on Facebook a few weeks ago. You seen it, G. He did the Mad Max transport truck. He did the other big Mad Max. And I'm not really into Mad Max, but these things looked incredible. Like, but they're bigger than 1 of 18 scale. He did them in like 110 scale or something. Like, they're big, but they looked impressive. Some of these guys are 3D printing pretty stuff. Lewis, did you cut and paste that link? I just picked up the Big Game Country pickup for $15 at Hobby Lobby store. Wow, that's killer. What scale is it? What scale's the Big Game Country pickup? And Hobby Lobby, that's an awesome store. Whenever somebody goes, it said just 13 pics of the Monties. That's killer. I will edit that into this. It'll probably be done by tomorrow. But yeah, Hobby Lobby, whenever we go to the States, well, I can't go to the States. You guys all know that. But whenever Glenn or Dave go to the States, they always hit Hobby Lobby. They hit Sam's Club. One thing that is great that Hobby Lobby has, actually, that Stretch might be interested in down the road, is these acrylic cases right here. And we found one that's actually big enough that holds the entire box for most cars. Not for all cars, but we found one that's big enough. The biggest one, you could put the entire box in. So if you've got a minty box, Stretch, and you want to keep it good, you get the big acrylic like that. It's airtight, UV resistant, all that. Boom, you're good. Yogi Preston, I've got some good deals on eBay, but now the shipping is very... Yeah, I heard there's other fees too. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have heard of friends getting good deals on auctions. And like I said, that one that I got, that Mr. T thing, was a buy it now. $38 shipped. It was crazy. I think Glenn owns that now. The Mr. T comic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Glenn now owns that. Shipping on eBay is a joke, just a money grab. Yeah, it is. It really is. eBay, in a lot of ways, I think hurts the hobby too, because it drives prices up, kind of like the auctions do, like the big Barrett Jackson auction and stuff for muscle cars. I've seen cars go across the block, and it's like, wow, did that really get that much? Like, it's, you know, they're worth money, but some of them, they're not worth what they're selling for. It's wild. I should get a sponsorship from Pepsi. I think I should. 124 scale, regular $32.99. Oh, killer. Yeah, that is a really good deal. Brand new. Glenn, you need that $12,000 tuned truck. Oh, yeah. That Chase. Yeah, that was crazy. I cannot believe people never check the sold section. Yeah, no kidding. People need to check what things sell for too on there. Oh, look, it's going for this. No, it actually sold for this. That's a good point with that. And some things I wonder about the authenticity. Like, I posted that car what Bobby just mentioned, actually, that tuned car the other day. How much was it again? It was like, wasn't it like $12,000, or it was something crazy, and it had 19 bids on it? Did 19 people really bid that up to that? Like, it's a smaller, it's like the size of a Hot Wheels car, guys, and it doesn't look good. It's like, it looks like it's cartoonish, and it's a Chase, but $12,000? Really? And 19 people bid it up to that. It's at $15K now. So there's people bidding on that. Like, that blows my mind. Like, it makes me think that those bids can't be real. You know what I mean? Like, because that means there's 15 people that are out of their minds. Like, completely shit nuts that are on there bidding on the same thing. Because I'm sorry, you'd have to be shit nuts to pay that for that. Like, but think of it this way. You guys, most of you guys, well, some of you guys have been around for a while. I had my toy room, okay, at the apartment. I estimated that at about $10,000 in the whole room, and that was aiming low. That wasn't going on eBay to price stuff, but that included my boxing memorabilia, my Muhammad Ali. That was lock, stock, and barrel. $10K in that room, okay? Vintage Duke stuff, everything. You mean to tell me that one car is worth more than my entire, like, think about that, more than my entire toy room. I'm talking, I had vintage Dukes of Hazzard stuff. I had the old Ertl 164 card. I had those on card still, not even open. I had the Smokey and the Bandit. I was in the process of getting the Fall Guy truck on card from the early 80s. People use their friends to bump up the price. Yeah, they must, because, yeah, like, sorry to rant about that, guys, but that is just insane to me. Like, that is more than my whole, like, and then when you have it, what do you do with it? You have one thing, like, what do you do with it? Show your friends it? Like, the novelty would wear off for that for me real quick. Like, at least a room full of toys, the novelty didn't wear off for me for that. James Lyon, he can wait. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, a nice guy that I had a truck for, he goes to the ODA shows, but the problem is he comes from far away and he wants to meet me like when the doors open type thing, right? And that doesn't work because you guys know that I'm a shift worker. So I send his stuff with Glenn usually, and it usually works perfect because Glenn is a vendor. He didn't show up today, and he had good reason. But he's going to the Hamilton diecast show tomorrow. And he said, oh, well, that's no problem. We can meet up tomorrow. Okay, well, what time are you going to be there? When the doors open. Like, that's the same problem that we were just having. But the cool thing is, like I said, he just said to me, "You don't got to worry about it. Like, you could just catch up with me later," because he knows the stuff's safe. And he's a very friendly guy, and that's why I help him. He's a very cool dude. He hasn't been in the hobby long, but he's friendly. Something with him clicked with me, and I help him when I can. The bids start at $99. It's sold at full price for $100 and more on eBay. How are you doing? The Boston Ranger. I am doing good, my friend. Long time no hear from, and I'm glad that you showed up. In case you guys are not aware, me and the Boston Ranger, he was the 1,000 subscriber winner. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I did a giveaway. And it's a funny story about this giveaway. This is how I fired Passion Diecast, actually. I used to go through Passion Diecast, and I still go through Nice Car Diecast, but I used to get everything from either Passion or Nice Car out of Quebec because of their good prices, right? So the first time I ever had a problem, and it's funny because G warned me about about this exact scenario, okay? But I said, "Oh, everything's been fine so far," and he said, "Oh, wait till something happens." So, anyway, so the Boston Ranger wins the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. He picks out first he picked out a car. It was reasonably priced from Nice Car Diecast. Or no, from not Nice Car, from Passion. We order it. I send a note. "Hey, it's Neil. I've ordered a bunch of stuff from you guys before. I have a YouTube channel." I explained the whole situation. I said, "I want you to send this to this address in the States. I will pay extra for the postage." I paid it all right up front on my credit card. So it wasn't like it was cash on delivery and then it was a wrong address. Like, there was no possible way it could be a scam, okay? Like, I'm paying for this, it's paid. I'm telling you to send it to another guy. That's what I'm telling you to do. So the order goes through, everything's fine. Weeks go by. He's not hearing anything. He's being cool about it, but I'm sweating about it because I'm like, this guy, he says he trusts me in that, but he doesn't really know me. Like, he could be thinking I'm just a crackhead telling him a story, like I'm not really sending this thing, you know what I mean? Like, I was showing him like everything, like the tracking and everything, like nothing was moving. And this wasn't a car for me. This was for somebody that I didn't know at the time that won a contest on my YouTube channel. So my reputation's on the line with this. So I email them and I say, you know, what's going on? Like, he still hasn't gotten his car yet. I don't get a reply. I email them again. What is going on? Like, I start getting upset. So then I call them. And I get a guy that doesn't speak English, and he tells me he said something, he'll have somebody call in jumbled English. He'll have somebody call me. Well, I didn't get a call. I got an email back, and what it said was, basically, they weren't sending it to this guy in the States. It could be fraud, and they were refunding me immediately. And this was after he waited. And I had the feeling that if I did not message them, I would have never heard from them and it just would have stayed in limbo forever. And they didn't apologize, nothing, and that was it. So I fired them. I have not, and it's a shame for them because I used to plug them every video. Like, there was quite a few orders placed with Passion Diecast because of my videos directly. Like, people would order and tell me they ordered because of my video. And their loss. And a good thing, I'm glad, thank you, the Boston Ranger, that whole time never suspected me of anything. He never suspected that I was up to something, wasn't going to keep my word, and in the end, luckily, it worked. Sometimes things work for the better. We found the exact same car in my favorite 1 of 18 scale group, the Canadian 1 of 18 collectors. I sent them a picture of it. I said, "Is this the same car?" "Yep." I got it a bit cheaper. And the guy sent it directly to him. I say, okay, can you send it to this? Yeah, no problem, Neil. Give me the address. And it was done and done. But yeah, I will never ever deal with Passion Diecast again, just because of how I feel. Is I did not speak French, so I got blown off. Like well, basically when everything went fine, if there was no problem with anything, things were groovy. They had good prices. Things like if I ordered something on a Monday, I would have it by Thursday. But if there's a problem and you need customer service, you're screwed. So that's what I'm saying. Don't, unless it's something that you really extremely want, I don't suggest it. Unless you're bilingual. If you're bilingual, order away. But what car was sent? It was a thank you, the Boston Ranger. He said I'm a man of my word. Oh yeah, G warned me about those. He warned me about a bunch of them actually. The Boston Ranger, it was a Ferrari. I know it was a Ferrari. What exact Ferrari was it? I cannot remember what it was. Can you tell us what that was? And by the way, the reason me and the Boston Ranger lost contact is because my friggin' phone company, when I was with a prepaid phone company, it costed me $50 a month. I could call the States, text, I could do whatever, and my phone bill never changed. No way to run it up. I got big phone bills from just short phone calls from them over in the States. I got them to take it off the bill and stuff, but I was like, yeah, I can't do that again. They were trying to sell me like a more expensive package too, and I was like, no, that's not going to happen. Take that 50, 60, whatever. But they did end up taking the money off the bill, which was good. Their pre-order process is so screwed up. They take more orders than their yeah, no kid. That's another thing. It was a Brago Ferrari. It was made, but it was a nice one. It was it came in a cake box. I didn't even know they made nice Ferraris. Like when I think of Brago, I think of the 1980s ones we had when we were kids. This one was a nice one that came in a cake box and it looked gorgeous. It looked amazing. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll edit in a picture, post this. That way, if you go back, you can see it. But it was beautiful anyway. Which Ferrari model? That's what I'm. Do you remember the Boston Ranger? Which Ferrari model was it, or HemiNate? Was it a 488? It was a modern one anyway. I know that it was a modern Ferrari. We'll see if the Boston Ranger is still there. Maybe he's got the car put away. It's been a while. It's been a minute. I'm already at almost 1,500 subscribers. Oh my goodness. I remember looking about a month ago, I was at 1,320 and the numbers stuck out in my head. And then I just checked, I was at over 1,400 like yesterday. But yeah, guys, I'll find out that information anyway. But it was a nice one. It was a very nice one. I was impressed. And the guy gave us a very good deal. So yeah, sometimes things happen for a reason. And he totally forgot. But yeah, I will edit the picture up of it anyway, and you guys can see which one it was. Oh, he's gonna let us know. Okay. I never pre-order. Yeah, Ted, it's funny you say that, and I thank you for saying that because I lost my train of thought. It's something I was gonna warn you guys about. If you guys don't remember, if you're not a new viewer, we had a big debacle with a company out of Quebec called Canada Hot Wheels. That it's a big, long story, but I had to call and heavy the guy on the phone. And he ended up refunding me. He refunded a bunch of other people. Like basically what I did is I told him that if anybody called him and told him that Neil sent them, that he was to refund them immediately because he wasn't refunding people. And yeah, people were calling him, and if they got through, he was and said my name, he was giving them their money back. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, if I was in Quebec and this dude in Ontario, I'd just say, beat it, dude, and hang up on him. But I had him, you know what I mean? And people were calling him, and he was refunding everybody. But then he started... I guess when it really hit him in the pocketbook, because his phone line, people were really starting to call him for refunds. So then he started turning the phone off and playing a game like that. So you'd have to call him. Sometimes it would take a day, sometimes 3. But I told people, if you get him on the phone, and don't talk to Danielle. People kept talking to that Danielle, and she had a brush off technique. Do not talk to her. I would say, even if she tries to talk to you, him only, because he had the authority to do whatever, like to override whatever and put the refund through. Yeah, it was a red Ferrari. Yeah. Yeah, it might have been Nate, because that video got a yeah, that video got me some attention actually in the beginning, and that wasn't the purpose of it. And believe it or not, the first video that got the most views, I took it down. And people got mad at me for taking it down, but I said I got to keep my word, because in the beginning he kept his word, so I kept my word, right? So I took the video down. But then when he broke his word, I made a new video and put, this guy broke his word. But the first video I put up got a lot of attention, and it was getting shared a lot and everything. By the next morning after that video went live, I had an email from him, guys. 4:30 in the morning. I was on morning shift. I went to go to work. I get into work, half hour later, I get an email from this guy. Call me, I need to talk to you. And it's the guy from the store. And he had seen the video in Quebec. But yeah, that was whole debacle. But that's why we don't do pre-order. I don't do it. I wait till they get it in stock, unless it's somebody I really know or I've really dealt with. Because what I find is stuff like that happens, they will take too many, and then a lot of times you'll get your money back. You won't even get it for waiting a long time. I also find that a lot of these places, not all of them, but some of them, once they have your money, it's like you don't matter. You know what I mean? Like when you ask questions about the order, it's like you don't matter. And yeah, it's funny, G, I just caught on to that myself. It went over my head about the red Ferrari. But yeah, that's why we have to be very careful of pre-orders, because you're going to, usually, and that's another thing, every pre-order that I did that was successful, I think went beyond the promised date. They never come in on the date that they're supposed to come in. So, Brago signature SF90. That's what it was. That's what it was. Night, everybody. Bedtime. Good on you, Bobby, for getting rest and not staying up all night. Because I know you're a nighthawk on the net. So good on you for trying to get that in order. I wish I could do the same, but I'm on this stupid shift. So, but we will chat soon, my friend. Do you have ocean liner models? I don't. One that I wouldn't mind having actually is, it's not an ocean liner, but actually, you know what? I don't think it's no, it's a cargo ship. I don't think it's considered an ocean liner, but I don't know if you guys realize it, but the Edmond Fitzgerald, you know, the ship that Gordon Lightfoot, the famous song, where I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie, that boat sank. Like, you could almost throw a rock out to where it sank, off Whitefish Point. That's it. That happened on the Great Lakes. Those waters get real bad, obviously, if it took that thing down. But yeah, an ore carrier. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, so that wasn't what you're. Sorry, I don't know too much about boats, I guess. And I should, because you know what? 99.9% of my family is Nova Scotia. My cousins, my uncles. My mom and dad were both from Nova Scotia and moved to Ontario like back in the 60s. They all went to Toronto because the roads were paved with gold, you know what I mean? But compared to where they were from, they were. Like my dad said in the 1960s in Toronto, he would get a union job, get bored of it, walk down the street, walk in, get another union job. Like it was a lot different times, but a lot of them ended up here. So all of my family is Nova Scotia, and I've only seen them a couple times in my life. But that's one of the cool things about Facebook is keeping people plugged in. Do you plan to get the Titanic? You know what? That's another one that I was gonna bring up to you. Besides even though the Edmond Fitzgerald is not what you were talking about, was the Titanic. When I was a kid, I don't remember the scale of it, but when I was a kid, I had a Titanic model. I probably totally screwed it up putting it together. I probably had extra parts because I think it was a model that my mom got somewhere at a sale, and it was like beyond my skill level because I was like 10 or 11, but I remember the 3 stacks and all that. But yeah, that would be a cool one. Have to get back to work. Awesome that you stopped in, buddy. Thank you for stopping in to say hello. It was good to hear from you. I was wondering about you the other day, actually, so that's awesome. Yeah, and to new viewers, guys, anybody watching, there's 12 of us here. That was the Boston Ranger who won. Back when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I did a big 1,000 subscriber giveaway video, and I also did a big unboxing, and you guys remember what that was. It was the most expensive diecast in my entire collection, and it was the Back to the Future Super Elite DeLorean with all the lights and sounds and all that. Yeah, I figured I paid $320 shipped. To date, that's my most expensive car. When I was a kid, I had lots of boxes of those $1,500. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, people get crazy with those. Stretch was saying that today at the show because he doesn't collect those. He said some of these, he goes, I could get my 118 cars for this. I said, dude, there's some cars in this building that are over $1,000. Hot Wheel cars, like there's some crazy ones. They go by rarity, stuff like that. I'm not that into it that I would pay that for stuff like that. You guys know me. I'm about bang for the buck. But yeah, there are definitely Hot Wheels cars out that are worth that. But to me, it's like, okay, if I paid $1,000 for my car in 2019 and I've been driving it since then, I can't pay more for a die-cast car. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make it, like my brain wouldn't allow it. And that's a good thing because you need that shutoff. There has to be limits. There has to be a ceiling on what people will pay no matter how cool it is. You know what I mean? Because it keeps people in check. And that was so cool that the Boston Ranger stopped by to say hello. Wild the Hedgehog, the only Canadian passenger liner is the Empress of Ireland that went sank in the St. Lawrence River. Wow! I did not know that. I'm going to have to look that up. I like the name of it because you guys know, right? That's a cool name of that. Another thing I know about a boat, interesting fact. When I was a teenager growing up, my first ever job, besides working for my father, I used to do parking lot security for my father, believe it or not. I would watch a parking lot full of cars. There was this old boat since it was there for 30 years, and it was supposed to be a tourist attraction in Sault Ste. Marie. You guys could look this up, actually. It's called the Norgoma. Norgoma. And somehow in the 60s or 70s, the Sioux acquired this thing. It was supposed to be made into, like, it has a history. It used to carry, before the highway was built, carried passengers between cities. Like, it was important back in the day, but they decommissioned it and made it into a museum. Well, the thing ended up getting old, out of disrepair, stuff like that. When I was in high school, a guy bought it, and the guy turned out to be a scam artist, but I ended up getting paid, so it didn't matter. But this guy bought it, Melvin Rickard, I remember his name was. I remember his name. That's my memory. I can remember stuff from years ago, but not what I had for breakfast. But this guy's name was Melvin Rickard. I don't know if he's still alive. I was probably 16 years old, and he was going to. He made a deal with the city of Sault Ste. Marie. He was going to open up a restaurant in there. And if me and other guys helped him build this restaurant, he would give us a job. And true to his word, he did. Like, I went there every day after school, painted the interior. We redid the whole thing, and it was beautiful. And he gave me a job. And I was the dishwasher in there, and I used to go there after school and wash the dishes. And I remember it being open for a while, and there always being butts in the seats. But then I think the debts, I don't think he could afford it, and I ended up having to chase him down for my paycheck. I ended up getting paid, but the place ended up closing down. But if you look up MS Norgoma, that was a boat that used to carry people between. I can't remember if it was a people carrier or a package carrier, but it had a very interesting history. And yes, I have heard of the Queen Mary. That was a big one. And they made it into a hotel. That is another, that was a catastrophe, the Edmond Fitzgerald. That was 1975, I believe, 3 years before I was born. Believe it was 75. But yeah, that was a catastrophe. That still gets talked to this day. Talked about up there this day. There's people. It's one of those things in Sault Ste. Marie, like a lot of my friends' parents, it was, I remember where I was at when that happened type thing. I heard a lot of stories. I guess it was a very bad storm. Like, it uprooted trees and everything else. It was nasty. It was bad enough that it still gets talked about. The storm, anyway. Like, if the boat hadn't sunk, the storm would still be talked about. And I love that they made that into a hotel, actually, by the way, because I'm reading your other comment, too. I want to get a model of the SS United States. Oh, I've heard of the SS United States, too. That's awesome. I love that they made it into a hotel. They do that here with old high schools and stuff like that. They made them into loft apartments, expensive stuff. But I love that better than tearing it down. Like, I read a story in the Hamilton Spec, a guy lived in his old classroom. Like, his old classroom was his apartment. Sault Ste. Marie, they just knock it down. Like, oh, it's historical, rip her down, put something new. My old high school was historical. I think that's like half ripped down now or something. But do you have any 1/18 scale Indy 500 race car, NASCAR, and trucks? I don't, but Glenn, you know what, Glenn, if you go back in my videos, Ted, we unboxed several, and I could show you right here. You might like, Glenn does have some NASCAR too, I'll show you. But Glenn has some very expensive, very nice vintage race cars. I unboxed all of them. Some of them are autographed. Some of them are by Acme. Some of them are Sunstar. I believe this one here is Sunstar. Most of them are autographed with COAs. This is the last one I did, the Georgia Shaker. That's beautiful, actually. So he has vintage race cars. This one here was a good video. This is the first car I did. I didn't know it had roll-up windows. The windows roll up and down. That was Nate that's in the comments that told me about that. But I've unboxed a lot of those. And I've unboxed a few of these. I guess these can be considered what you're talking about. Glenn has various NASCAR of different sizes. He doesn't have a lot, but he does have some NASCAR stuff and some just various racing stuff. That's a Scale Electrics slot car. They actually make real detailed slot cars. Like, they make a General Lee with Bo and Luke and everything. Woof! I wish they did that in 118. That looks good. And they did a Smokey and the Bandit. Just looking around, seeing if there's any other, just odd, because he had just odds and ends NASCAR. But no, I think that's all that's on the main floor for racing stuff. Oh, wait. No, oh wait, yeah, no. That's all that he's got for the racing stuff. He's got this, it's the old Shelby Racer King Cobra. Oh, for the record, guys, this is my favorite Cobra that he has. He has a lot of Cobras. This one with the roof, this black one. It's by a company called Exoto. Stretch, if you don't like Cobras, I'm not a fan of Cobras. That video, you should see the detail on those cars. Holy crap. Like the wire wheels on it looks like the individual wires are like screwed in. It's crazy details. And I believe that's an Exoto and that thing weighs a ton. I don't even know if Stretch is still with us. He might be sleeping now. I think he gets up early. I hope we get a 1/6 scale General Lee. That would be wild. And they made a 1 of 12 scale, I think. Acme did a 1 of 12 scale. It looks good. It's got BF Goodrich tires and everything on it. I believe it was Acme that did it. And I believe it's 1 of 12 scale. The only problem is they got to keep the movie accurate if they're going to do that. Like, because they look great and everything, but then you'll look and it's like, damn, why did they put headrests in it? Like, I wish with the size, they would keep the accuracy as well. Good night, G. What time? Oh, 77 minutes. Jesus, guys. Okay, you know what? I've had a blast, obviously, because this has been over an hour. This is the longest live I've ever done. So you guys have been a blast tonight. Thank you very much. But yeah, when I see good night, Nate, I'm going to say good night to you all now. 77 minutes, guys. That is the longest chat we've ever had. Most active one. And I'm going to say from now on, any new viewers speak up because it works. It makes people comfortable to know that we're not a bunch of asses. So thank you guys for making this a success. And I'm going to try to take this down if I can get it off YouTube, which I think I think it allows me to. And I'm going to edit it and put it back up with the stuff that I talked about for people. That way people could see it. But yeah, excellent stream, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys make the stream good. So thank you very much, everybody. Happy hunting, and we will see you all soon. So here is that editing magic I'm not able to do during a live video. I pulled the video down so I could add some pictures. Thank you, HemiNate, for the photos. There's the 1 of 24 scale beside the 1 of 18. And I was tired. I know I was saying a different scale, 1 of 21, but it's actually 1 of 24 scale, guys. He included pictures to show the details because I couldn't show you guys during the live video, but it's actually pretty well done. And under that hood looks different than mine, Nate. That's wild. That's the 118, I think, because underneath my hood has a different engine, and I'll show you guys before the end of the video. But that engine bay shock, completely different engine it looks like. Wow.